Hello everybody, welcome back to New Zealand Mysteries. You're with TJ. It is about 4 AM in New Zealand at the moment, and lucky for you guys, I can't sleep. This case has been on my mind, so I thought I'd just want to go ahead and record it. The reasons I am struggling with this case. One, it is of a 3-year-old child's death, and that is never a nice thing. I could not get hold of the family members in this case, and of course I never ever want to offend or cause grief or hurt to any family members, especially parents of a 3-year-old that has died over the last few years. The thing is, I feel like there's a story to be told here, and my intention with all my stories is to raise awareness, so that's sort of on my mind as well. And the father is going to the media often and wanting to get the story out via the media, and so I'm thinking that this should be okay. It's just getting the media word out there, I guess. In the event that this upsets the parents, I will take it down without fail, so please be aware of that. In any case, let's have a look at the story. Let's quickly look at Gore, New Zealand, where this happens. Gore, the Māori name for that is Maruawai. It's a town and district in the Southland region of the South Island of New Zealand, and this should make you guys happy. I am actually doing some Māori online speaking lessons like today, so hopefully that means that I'll be able to learn how to pronounce words properly. The town of Gore is located on State Highway 164 kilometres northeast of Invercargill and 70 kilometres west of Balclutha. Dunedin and Invercargill are the nearest cities. The Gore district has a resident population of 12,900, and that was of June 2020. The actual urban area estimated resident population at the June 2020 was 8,230, the second largest in Southland. So this is a pretty small town that we're talking about. If you look over here on this map, it is sort of right at the bottom there. And one other thing Gore is well known for is this huge fish, and I'm told it's a trout. It's a pity it's not more focused, but yeah, when you go to Gore you get to see a big trout. And I've also heard that Gore is the country western or country music city of the south or something like that anyway. Just a quick thank you to those returning subscribers. You are my world, and if you're new, thank you for really giving me a chance. Please stick around to the end. If you like it, give me a like, give me a subscribe. That would be really fantastic. So first, we are going to start October the 22nd in 2020. Police looking again at mysterious death in Gore. Now this is from stuff.co.nz, and it's done by Melanie Reid and Bonnie Sumner, I should say, of newsroom.co.nz. The story, I must say, is originally published on Newsroom and is republished with permission, and then we're going to have a look. Police are reviewing the case at the centre of a Newsroom video investigation, which revealed a substandard inquiry into the death of a 3-year-old Southland boy. Police have confirmed they are conducting a review into the case relating to the death of 3-year-old Lachlan Jones in Gore last year. Lachie was found by a police dog and his handler in one of the council's Oxidation ponds more than 1 kilometre from his home on a hot summer's night. He could not be revived. Now, of course, I am going to have all the links in the description box below to all the places that we're looking at, so if you want to go ahead and look at more information, you can do so. According to Lachie's mum, or her police statement, Lachie had run away from their house around 9 p.m. on January the 29th. She caught up with him outside a friend's house a few doors away, but while his mother and friend chatted briefly, he disappeared again. After searching for her young son, she called the police just after 9:30 p.m. He was discovered less than 2 hours later. I don't want any unkind comments down below, please. This is a family that have lost a young child and could read this, and any comments that are unkind at all will be removed. I think we've all had, if we're parents or mums, we've all had times when we've turned our head for a second or two and those toddlers have disappeared, and the feeling is frightening. I remember that feeling. It's horrible. Gore police concluded 3-year-old Lachlan Jones' death to be tragic accident and closed the case. However, many people in the Southland town don't believe Lachie's death was accidental. Lachlan's father, Paul Jones, is adamant his son did not walk the 1.2 kilometres to the end of the second oxidation pond that night and is relieved at the news. He says, "We are obviously really delighted the police are reviewing the case. We have waited for a very long time for this." And if we just bring in a picture here very quickly, and if my computer decides to do the right thing. So these are the oxidation ponds here, and this is the street. Go away, computer. This is Salford Street where they lived. Now, I'm not sure where on Salford Street they lived, but he would have gotten down here, and there was apparently some sort of gate, and it went all the way down here, and he was found by the second one. So that's quite a hike. I mean, it's 600 metres to there, and they said it's over a K or a kilometre to down here. So that's very disturbing. Please excuse my computer. I have one that won't run the official apps or software that I need to, so I'm working on something really basic and I'm just doing the best I can, but it doesn't always play ball. Karen Maguire is Jones's friend and support person. She and Jones work for courier companies next door to each other in the centre of Gore. She says, "We now just hope that it will lead to a full and thorough investigation, hopefully from someone experienced out of town police." Of course, being such a small town, they must have a very small police presence in the town. She told Newsroom she is grateful for the attention Lachie's case is finally attracting. If the police stamp "case closed" on a file, it's bloody hard to get anyone to listen. Jones too is hopeful the review will lead to the case being reopened. It is so hard losing a child, but when you know in your heart of hearts the way police say he came to his death is wrong, then it makes it even tougher. I will not ever completely rest until the truth comes out, the whole truth. Substandard police practice highlighted by the Newsroom Investigates video story released yesterday included: first, police did not secure the scene nor conduct a full scene examination. No marks were found on Lachlan's feet, despite a supposed walk of 1.2 kilometres over rough terrain, a gate, and long grass with thistles. Key witnesses were not interviewed until more than a month later. Police took so long requesting text messaging data from telcos it was too late and no longer available. Cell phone location data showed inconsistencies about where key witnesses said they were. Police never followed up on inconsistencies in witness statements, including contradictory times given for sightings of Lachie. As part of our inquiry into Lachie's death, Newsroom engaged Christchurch-based private investigator Glenn Rigby to review our concerns. He was similarly unimpressed with the police investigation. It's encouraging that police are prepared to acknowledge that any investigation has deficiencies and needs to be revisited. The issues in this case are quite jarring, but it's commendable that they have taken that on board and are prepared to conduct a review. I would also hope that review goes as far as re-interviewing key parties to overcome some of the obvious weaknesses in initial interviews. Responding on behalf of police, Detective Inspector Shona Law told Newsroom once the review of the case is complete, any matters arising will be considered and addressed, but would not comment further. WorkSafe is taking the Gore District Council to court as a result of Lachie's death. The council has been charged under 3 sections of the Health Safety at Work Act for failing to take all reasonable precautions to ensure the site was safe. Newsroom understands the council is not convinced Lachie's death was accidental, and the cornerstone of the decision to plead not guilty is a belief that the police investigation was inadequate. WorkSafe told Newsroom it was unable to comment while the matter is before the courts. The Gore Council did not reply by the deadline. And again, the story was originally published by Newsroom. So I'm only going to cover a couple of articles on this case, but of course all the links are going to be below, so if you want to watch that video or you want to look into the story some more on your own, I will have those down below in the description box. If you're listening on podcast, any description boxes that are with the episode will have that information as well. Just a quick notice, if you have any information on any of the cases I cover, please call Crimestoppers, which is anonymously 0800 555 111. You can also go into Google and type Crimestoppers and you'll get the online one as well. Call police on the 105 emergency number, which is not 111, the actual emergency number, but it's the one down, or contact your local police station. nzmissing@gmail.com if you want to suggest a case. Thank you very much to Jackie, who went to buymeacoffee.com/nzmysteries, and I just lost my page, go back, and she bought me a $3 coffee, and I really appreciate it so much. Thank you, Jackie. Any donation is appreciated, because it's going to have to go towards a computer, something that's bigger than 4 gig and has a processor that can run better programs and software, so I can do better videos for you guys. It might take me a long time to save, but that's where the money's going, so it's really appreciated. Also, in the description box below is a link to use PayPal. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It is a great way to support the channel, and it is very much appreciated. Let's look at the next one. Here is a quick photo of the oxidation ponds that they were talking about, and you can certainly see that there's grass and weeds and all sorts of stuff, and apparently he also had to walk down a gravel road as well. So the fact that he had very clean feet with no scratches or anything like that does make you wonder for sure. This photo here is absolutely gorgeous of his dad and him. Let's look at this one. Still no answers for grieving dad after his son dies in a wastewater pond. This is just released the other day, March the 5th, 2021, and Rachel Kelly was the writer. So it looks like there's another video which you can come here and watch if you would like to. A grieving Southland man says he's becoming increasingly frustrated with a lack of communication from police who are reviewing the investigation into his son's death. More than 2 years after Paul Jones's son, Lachie, was found dead in the Gore District Council's wastewater ponds, he's still searching for answers about how his son got there. There are so many unanswered questions, and there are just no answers coming from them at all. It's not like this is a burglary or something like that. This is the death of my 3-year-old son. Jones said a police officer had told him it could take a year for the investigation to be concluded. He said Detective Inspector Shona Lowe was not taking his phone calls, and Detective Inspector Stu Harvey was not replying to his emails. Both are involved with the reinvestigation into Lachie's death. And I think even the least that the police involved could do is answer this guy, you know. Even if he rings all the time, still, what does it take? How long does it take to answer a phone call or just to send him an email back? But to just ghost him, I think is pretty lame myself. So we're, of course, on stuff.co.nz. Stuff put those allegations to police. In response, a police spokesperson said, "Parts of this reinvestigation are very complex and specialists are involved. Detective Inspector Stu Harvey spoke with Mr. Jones last Wednesday and advised him of the particulars of the specialist information being obtained. Police say they are not in a position to give a time frame on when the investigation will be completed." A police spokesperson said, "We have revisited a number of aspects of the file as part of the review. Once this is complete, any matters arising will be considered and addressed." This little fella, what a gorgeous wee man. Jones said he found the lack of communication frustrating and unfair. They've said that this reinvestigation could take a year, which is a kind of funny because they had their first investigation done in a few days. They haven't even re-questioned me yet. But we know they had their first investigation done in a few days, but it sounds like they didn't do anything, and that's why. Police concluded that Lachie, who was wearing a high-vis vest, a police hat, and had a full nappy, had wandered from his mother's home on Salford Street and drowned on the night he dies. And this is the little man, at least in this police hat, is so cute. In July 9, 2019, police said no charges would be laid in relation to Lachlan's death. Jones's lawyer wrote to Police Commissioner Andrew Coster and Southern Police District Commander Paul Basham in September 2019 to raise issues about the initial police investigation. In October 2020, Detective Inspector Shona Lowe said police would conduct a review of the case. Jones does not believe the police's theory that Lachie climbed a wooden fence or a metal gate and walked 1.2 kilometres down a gravel road through long grass and thistles with bare feet before drowning in the Gore's District Council's wastewater ponds. That's because he couldn't see any marks or scratches on Lachie's legs or feet when he visited him at the funeral home. So I'd like to actually hear about what you guys think about that aspect. I'd like to hear what you think about the police and whether you think that they've sort of failed here. There wasn't a scratch on him. He was a clingy wee boy, and I don't believe he would have walked out there on his own. Because it's just a weird thing. It's a very long way. And as a kid going to actually go that far from home, a little tiny 3-year-old, climb these gates, go down this gravel road, and then go to the end of the ponds, it just makes you think. I just don't know if a 3-year-old would go to that length that far. The lawyer's letter to Costa, which Stuff has seen, says no examination or scene examination of the area where Lachie's body was found was carried out by police, and no attempt was made to retrace the steps or establish the route he took to get to the pond. No timeline was established by police to establish when Lachie went missing, and there were delays in police interviewing witnesses, conflicting witness statements, and a lack of cell phone information. The letter says one witness said she saw a little boy in a high-vis vest at around 8:30 p.m, which was 30 minutes before his mother said he disappeared at 9 p.m. And another shout out to Rachel Kelly, Southland reporter here, who has done a brilliant job. Police dismissed the time difference, saying the witness phone hadn't yet switched over from daylight savings, which had happened 4 months earlier. And I have concerns about this because I thought these days all phones just automatically did it themselves. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments below. And 4 months after daylight saving, the phone still hasn't decided to do it. Doesn't sound right to me. Not in 2021 anyway. There were also inconsistencies in the movements of 2 key witnesses whose phone signals were polling on the other side of Gore to where they said they were in their witness statements, the letter says. Jones has hired a private investigator to look into the circumstances of Lachie's death. There are way too many I's to be dotted and T's to be crossed here, and I want answers for Lachie. Again, the information there that you might need. And let's have a discussion in the comments below of what you guys think. I just want it to be very clean, and I don't want any blame placed on the parents. They are going through more than enough at the moment, but we could have some light discussion about what you think has happened. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell too, all, so you can get notified when we release another video. It's very appreciated. So what do you guys think about this? Let me know. And like I said, I couldn't get hold of the parents for this one, and I don't want to offend them in any way or hurt them in any way. So if this causes any upset for them, then it will be taken down immediately. Thanks for being here, though. I really appreciate each and every one of you that actually watches to the end and comes back every time I release a video. And if you're here and you're new, thank you so much for giving me a chance. I appreciate it. This is TJ. I will see you next time.